Welcome to the Explainer. So for years, keyword research was pretty much the absolute bedrock of any organic content strategy, right? I mean, it dictated literally everything we wrote and exactly how we structured our websites. But as you've probably noticed, that foundation is shifting beneath our feet as we speak. Today, we're going to explore a massive change in how people are actually looking for information. We're moving away from traditional single-track keyword research to this really exciting dual-pronged approach that embraces both classic search engines and the booming world of AI assistants.
Let me ask you something. Is your organic traffic just disappearing? Or maybe it's completely flatlined despite your absolute best efforts? Look, if you've noticed your numbers slipping or, competitors suddenly outranking you for no obvious reason, I promise you, you aren't alone. This is a massive pain point across the entire industry right now. But here's the good news. The traffic isn't actually vanishing into thin air. It's just migrating to a totally new platform.
And that brings us to the core premise of our explainer today. AI prompts are the missing data link to your lost traffic. Think of it like a giant puzzle, and this is the piece you didn't even know you dropped. People are fundamentally changing their behavior online. Instead of typing short, kind of fragmented 2 to 3 word phrases into a Google search box, they're now describing their complex problems in full, detailed sentences to AI assistants. If you're only looking at traditional search volumes to guide what you write, you've got a massive blind spot, and your competitors might already be taking advantage of it.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is exactly how we are going to fix your content strategy today. We'll cover 1. The organic traffic shift. 2. Two vital demand signals. 3. The content strategy matrix. 4. Building flagship pages. And finally, 5. Measuring your dual strategy. Let's get to it.
All right, kicking things off with Section 1, the organic traffic shift, and exactly why users are leaving the search bar.
For years, a user's journey almost always started with a blinking cursor in a search engine. The old way was typing short, basic phrases into a Google search box, right? Things like best running shoes or fix leaky faucet. Well, the new reality is that a huge chunk of discovery now happens in conversational interfaces. People are describing their problems in full sentences to AI assistants. So now they're asking things like, I have flat feet and need a running shoe for a marathon. What do you recommend? Or, my kitchen sink is leaking from the U-bend. How do I tighten it without a wrench? If you don't adapt to this new conversational behavior, you're just missing out on an entire universe of user demand.
Moving right along to Section 2, two vital demand signals, or how to measure search and AI separately. So, because user behavior is splitting into these two completely different paths, we now have two distinct demand signals that we absolutely have to track on the exact same table. We need to look at keyword volume versus prompt volume. Keyword volume is the one you already know and love. How many times people type a phrase into standard search, usually pulled from tools like Google Ads Keyword Planner or SEMrush. Prompt volume, on the other hand, is entirely new. It's what people ask AI assistants. I really want to stress this. These are entirely distinct metrics. You cannot, under any circumstances, use a keyword volume number to accurately guess a prompt volume number. Just to make sure we're on the exact same page, let's define this clearly. Prompt volume is a metric showing how often a topic appears across real conversations in AI tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, and Perplexity. In the source material we're analyzing today, they use tools like Profound to measure this. It actually models how often a topic comes up in actual user chats. So it tells us the sheer volume of demand for direct answers rather than just a traditional list of blue links. Which brings us to Section 3, the content strategy matrix. This is where keywords actually meet prompts. And this brilliantly illustrates our actionable playbook. We shift from theory to practice right here. We've got 3 different topics being evaluated. Topic A has a solid 20,000 keyword searches, but absolutely 0 prompt volume. So that falls into our keyword strong bucket. Topic C only has 5,000 keyword searches, but a massive 250,000 prompt volume. That is our prompt strong bucket. And finally, topic F has a really healthy balance of both, 12,000 keyword searches and 16,000 prompts, making it strong on both surfaces.
But wow, just look at topic C for a second. That discrepancy is absolutely wild. The keyword search volume understates the real human demand for this topic by 50 times, 50x. If you were only relying on traditional keyword volume, you'd look at those 5,000 searches and probably just deprioritize topic C entirely. But in reality, there are 250,000 AI conversations happening about it right now. Relying solely on keyword volume means leaving an absolute mountain of demand on the table.
Okay, so how do we actually execute on this data? Let's take topic A, the keyword strong strategy. Here, the data tells us people are searching in Google, but they aren't really asking AI yet. So you execute the classic SEO playbook. Start with the traditional SEO brief. Figure out what the search engine results page currently rewards and answer the searcher's question completely. Make sure your title and H1 match the exact intent of the query and use clear HTML headings for easy parsing. Basically, you're building a top-down document designed to win the SERP exactly as it works today.
But then you have topic C, the prompt strong strategy, and the playbook literally flips. Here, you need to write for the answer, not the SERP. People aren't typing exact match keywords. They're describing complex problems. So you must use clear definitions and provide direct responses to those full questions. The absolutely crucial point here is structuring your content for LLM extraction and citation. Think of it as creating highly referenceable material. You want to make it as easy as humanly possible for an AI assistant to pull your answer, synthesize it, and directly cite your brand in its output.
Section 4, Building Flagship Pages. This is all about targeting dual demand.
This is where you strike absolute gold. What happens when you find a topic that has high overlapping demand in both traditional search engines and AI assistants? For topic F, which is strong on both surfaces, you need to fund it like a pillar page. This is your flagship content, the stuff that drives your entire strategy. This is where keyword and prompt research merge into a single, beautifully unified piece of content. You use traditional keywords to logically structure and title the page to satisfy Google, but, and this is key, you use your prompt research to figure out exactly which conversational questions to answer and how to actually phrase them inside the content. You're intentionally building for both surfaces simultaneously, so the page ranks high in search and gets heavily cited by AI.
Oh, actually, quick side note here. I want to pause for a critical piece of advice from our source material regarding those empty cells in your spreadsheet. If you run a prompt volume check and get a 0 or blank, don't automatically assume zero interest. As the author notes, a blank means no clean matching term here, not nobody cares. Check the head term before you write off a topic. Often, highly specific prompts are just bundled into a broader head term by the data tools. So whatever you do, don't miss out on great early opportunities by completely writing off a topic just because of one empty cell.
And finally, Section 5, Measuring Your Dual Strategy by splitting your organic reporting.
So, you've built this awesome new dual-pronged roadmap, and you're publishing great content. But your measurement has to evolve right alongside your strategy. You can't just dump everything into one giant organic traffic bucket anymore. You need to split your reporting entirely. Track classic search traffic, those clicks coming from a standard Google SERP, separately from AI-referred traffic, which are the clicks coming from citations in tools like ChatGPT or Perplexity. By separating these streams, you can clearly see if a specific piece of content is actually earning traffic on the surface it was explicitly built for. It totally validates your entire content strategy matrix.
So what does this all mean for you? I want to leave you with this provocative question to think about the next time you sit down to plan your editorial calendar. Are you building for the search box, the AI assistant, or both? The data to answer this is out there right now. Stop guessing where the demand exists and start building content that captures the reality of how your audience is actually searching today. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I hope you're excited to start building your own content matrix.